Good morning, everyone, or afternoon. I am going to show you my shop. Sort of like most shop tours. If you don't like them, click next. Otherwise, you can see my mess. And I think unlike everyone else's, mine is always a mess. Not just because of me, but I think as some of you will know, and you have friends that know you have a shop, stuff ends up at your place, either get fixed or whatever. So, let's take a look. Alright. So we have a 100 amp panel. Some Z-wave switches. And you turn on the lights, turns the furnace on depending on the temperature. Outside lights are on timers. A little bit of equipment. This is my temporary miter cell station. That's what I got when I moved in. Some 1920s cabinets. Get the job done. That was AC for last year. One of those Rockler lift routers. I love that. My jet. This I got a couple weekends ago at an auction for I don't know what it was at. $37.50. That's right. Air compressor. Furnace and air conditioner. That's why I say hopefully that air conditioner doesn't last forever or be permanent, because this sucker will easily take care of this barn. Grizzly shaper, vertical mill. It's a Cummins. South bend. And as you can see, there is still stuff everywhere. Fez tool table, my planer, and back out over here where I can. So I do woodworking, automotive, fabricating, you name it, just a little bit of everything. Love some pallet racks, a couple John Deere mowers. A friend of mine likes doing the John Deere stuff. Some more mechanic tools, refrigerator. Be one of those. What's in your refrigerator? Chicken. Since we farm chickens, always have chicken. There's some zucchini from last time. Looks like some apple butter. And unfortunately, nothing else. No beer, just some water. A little garage PC. These were a score from a Craigslist auction. As you can see, that says Dutch Boy. I think it's 24 feet, all for free. Big space cabinets. I gotta do a countertop. I'm probably gonna do a piece of galvanized steel. Good old typical garage art. Sandblast. Broke the kids' go-kart rails. Us older adults weren't meant to ride on them. And it turns out that they weren't meant for us either. Tile saw, I'm a little Miller-matic, love that thing. Working on some more electrical, a little sub panel for this side. Gotta run up to the ceiling and catch these lights. See if I can get this to adjust out. I happen to like cars, but I also really like Lincolns. So we got a couple Continental grills. There's a 61. I believe that's off my 62. Well, that was off the 62. And that's a 64. You guys can comment there. Lots of plates. Most of them are off of my cars, except for the Aruba. I wouldn't mind that being off my car. We got a Our greenhouse going up there, swear. Just a greenhouse. Just getting seeds ready. Wood shop area again. Got this at auction as well. Gotta find a motor for it. Originally it would have been a 3-phase, but Delta would have made a conversion for it, so I'm looking for that. Let's zoom back out here. Here you can see lift. Another drill press. I like having multiples. Sort of my wire wheel station. Bench. Some gear to get rid of. Gosh, I got too much stuff. That's gonna be reused for the sandblasting booth. My joiner, which I just got done cleaning these surfaces up. These things were sitting in storage and everything got just covered in rust. Used vinegar, of all things. Love it. The table saw. Gotta do that. What was it? I used that afterwards. Man, I'll tell you, this stuff does a great job keeping it look good, and it's smooth as a bud. So my unisaw, covered in junk. Show you some of my projects I'm gonna work on, but I think I gotta move it away from this beam. I got plenty of room there, so I'm gonna move the whole thing to the right. I'm gonna adjust that light. This is neat little retro shop light that was in my grandfather's basement. Let's see if I can get the light to. It's got a little Art Deco-y style to it. Eventually I'll convert it to LED. I'm going to do some more lighting. So far I've seen the lighting has worked pretty well for recording, but I think I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. These guys, I love this. Scored these two on Craigslist, $10 a piece. I love laterals. Just the amount of stuff you can get, and I like drawers. Drawers keep things out of the way. Air fittings, blades, chisels, pulls, saws, measuring, table saw parts. I happen to be a Milwaukee fan, but my trusty Makita for doing automotive. These things are nice and light. I have some 12-volt Milwaukee, but I keep that at the house. This drawer, oh, sandpaper like this is amazing. Plus, books, more sandpapers, clamps, air tools, shop music, a little Echo Dot. Speakers might be a little overkill for a shop. Routers, drills, corded, sanders, stuff's in the way of the bottom. Projects. So this, scored this, what is it, a Hobart, I believe. 20 quart industrial mixer. Bypassed the switches, got the motor to work. Turns out that pin just needs to be put back in the shaft. Put it back together, hoping to sell it, or maybe use the run PTO to make a mill, grind up corn for the chickens. You saw the go-kart. We say it's for the kids, but really it's for the adults, but rims aren't meant for adults, so gotta find a 3-bolt pattern rim for that. I might as well take you up to the storage. my hardware. Scored this from a old mom and pop Volkswagen dealership going out of business. So nothing but just places to store nuts and bolts. You imagine it. I try to collect it. I used to work at a Japanese place. They got material handling and they stored stuff in bins, and they got rid of some of the system. I got some of the bins, so I'm gonna build this a little firmer so I can get more of these bins, because I got piles of them. Store the heavier stuff. That's just for, well, when I get a chance to get enough more. I've been collecting insulation for the attic. The walls have like an R37 or 39 that's 9 inches thick, something crazy like that. I don't know. More storage, nuts and bolts. Just plumbing, low voltage, some automation stuff. These are veggies. I'll skip past this for the shop tour. I'm going to zoom in now. The people looking at our veggies. We try to get it going inside. We want to do a greenhouse, but our friend Joseph came up with this little setup. Those were just waiting to move out. Some strawberry flats, some onions, sunflowers, tomatoes, you name it. So I don't really return much if I buy extra at the store. I hope most of us don't. You never know when you need a PID for running a heater in a sunroom or something like that, or 1,000 different plugs, terminals, boxes, computers. I had an uncle that worked at Battelle, Columbus, Ohio. His father, my grandfather, worked at Worthington Industries. Then I had another uncle, or a grandfather, that was a pipe fitter and maintenance at Fort Detrick, Maryland. So, let's see if there's anything else. Got an Ecobee here. This is not automated, but Alexa, what's the weather like?
Skies and sun. Today, you can look for intermittent clouds with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 53 degrees.
Got some stuff to clean up. That's what that piece of pipe all the way to the other side is. I got to run this permanently and then button that up. But for now, yeah, let's see. Other project. I got this off of Craigslist. TMB 3000 brake wash and parts cleaner. It's a nice little setup. Needs a little work. Okay, it needs a lot of work. But there's more there. The pump in it, the heater, and a thermocouple. You look at this thing, it's a mess. I don't know what they thought, how that would last. It's got a filter, and then it runs to, you know, this with a diverter. Brush. So that is this, which you can see there's cracks in that. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to log this stuff, but got a new one of these. Got this guy here, which this is a little 110 thermocouple PID temperature controller, and a slightly bigger project box, which, you know, it'll stick out, but I don't mind. All the holes are there, and as big as this thing sticks out, you still won't notice that, so I'm going to put that there. Make it a little safer. So, that's about it. I'm going to do some cleanup, maybe taking a little around this tour afterwards, open some windows or some doors. We'll see. You can see the shot with the lift. We've already used that extensively. We got a E90 N54 335 that always needs work. Oil changes, you name it.